I want everything I never had, like the love that comes alive. I don't wait to get to the place where all the demons go. Where the wind don't change and nothing in the ground can ever grow. No hope just lies in your top to cry in your pillow. But I survived. um, I'm still breathing. I'm still breathing. I'm still breathing. I'm still breathing. I'm alive. I'm alive. I'm alive. I'm alive. I am alive, but today's talk is not really about being alive. It was so hilarious. Like, all my coworkers they all think that I'm 17 years old, which is fucking hilarious. I feel like I am officially back on the sweet potato diet. If you were here for that video, then you know the story. I don't need to retell it. Go back, search for it. But yeah, basically when I'm poor, I live off of sweet potatoes, and I get really thin, and then I French braid my hair in these little plaits because it's very low maintenance. Like, I just toss some conditioner on it like 2 times a week. I'll wash it with shampoo once a week, but I don't recomb it or anything. I redo the braids like once a month. So that's like a 3-hour ordeal, but besides that, I don't do anything to my hair. Anyway, today I completely had a breakdown at work, and I did a very good job of hiding it. Like, I completely broke down in tears 5 different times. Like, I started thinking about Ariel, and then the tears just started flowing out. Like, I couldn't even stop it. It was just, this isn't the first time this has happened, but it is the first time it's happened maybe in a public space. And it was like, I was just out. Like, I was out. There were tons of people around me. I wasn't like super loud or anything, so I don't think other people around me like knew what was happening, but I knew what was happening. And then I just realized right then, like, life is not meant for everyone. Like, I don't think that this life is meant for me. Like, I am not one of the people who like wakes up and is like looking forward to the day. I swear, like, I'm the person who wakes up and I'm just like, maybe today will be the day that I die. Maybe it'll be today. Like, maybe I'll just get hit by a car and then, you know, that'll be it. Or then I start to think, like, you know, at least if I was going to go out, I'd rather take some awful people out with me. Like, if I could take Boydeen Hall out with me, like, or what is it, Tara Deschatels. Like, if I could figure out a way to, like, take all of those awful people out with me, then I would totally do it. That would be worth it. I also feel like I don't want to leave Ariel in a world like this. Like, I almost want to take her with me. Like, I don't think that she should have to live in a world like this. I think it's too awful. I really feel that way. Like, I don't think that she should have to live in this society. I've done a lot of therapy and a lot of reflecting. I've tried to see it from all the sides. I've looked at the optimist, I've looked at the pessimist, I've talked to both sides, I've pretended to be friendly with both of them. They're all bullshit, and they all are against people like me. Here's the thing. So let me unpack a couple things. The first thing, the reason that I made that Habesha exploration video was not really to do anything for the Habesha community, because even if none of you guys ever, like, I realize that the people who are watching my YouTube channel and shit, you guys are, like, Habishas actually are not watching this channel. The Habisha community is, like, over there. Sometimes I go into the Habisha community, and even I'm really on the fringe of the Habisha community. I'm not even all the way in. I'm more in than, like, y'all, but, like, I'm not even, like, in the centerfold of the Habisha community, okay? There kind of isn't really a Habisha community. It's just kind of like, because, like, there's so many different sects of, like, Ethiopians and Eritreans, and then Eritreans and Ethiopians don't even like each other. But it's, like, really awkward because it's, like, you also can't, it's, like, they're more affiliated with each other than other groups. So it's, like, if you draw a circle and then you divide that circle into, like, 100 different groups, but you still have the circle, right? So, like, the circle is, like, maybe let's say it's, like, I don't know, like just a regular cheese pizza with nothing else on it, right? Like, this is the Habesha community, but it's still like, which way did you divide the cheese? And it's like a million different slices in this one. It's still a cheese pizza, right? They're all part of the Habesha community, and it's still so you might get a slice of the pie, but it's like, which slice are you gonna get? Because there's still the religious sects, all these places about territory and groups and affiliations, even within that I can't even go into because it's like super, super political even within that. But to the rest of you guys, I just pointed out 10 different people from the Habesha community. All those people are hella different. They're hella different from each other, but they're also similar enough to each other that you guys can start to get an idea of how they're different from all the other women in society. Like, there's no other, like, celebrity or other, you know, girl really that y'all see in everyday life, or you might, this is the point, you might actually see a girl in everyday life and you might be able to be like, oh my god, she's Habesha, because you've seen, like, these 10 examples, and now you're like, oh shit. You can basically tell by, like, the skin color, by the nose. The neck is usually very long. That has to do with, like, diet and culture, but there's some things where you can just, like, you'll see enough and you'll be able to identify a pattern and just know that, like, that pattern comes with certain, like, cultural and religious and ethnic and territorial and cultural and, like, nationality beliefs that are not American. This is not a black American. This is also not just, like, a general continental African. It is an Eritrean or an Ethiopian person who is very, like, Africa is a big ass continent, okay? Like, there's 54 countries, and all those, just think of if you were trying to put one person as the face of America. That's like putting one person as the face of Ethiopia. That's kind of fucking impossible because it's a whole ass country. Like, everybody's hella different. So I gave you 10 examples. All those women are super fucking different. They look kind of different. They look similar enough. Like, as in, like, you could cluster them from other women that you see every day. Because, like, I do feel like people have this thing about, like, black women. They think all black women look the same. Or all black women who are currently in America are even American. Like, it's just, all of it is kind of ridiculous. But I just wanted to give a couple examples where that wasn't the case and just highlight one African country and what the women from that one African country look like. But I almost started working on a whole, like, Somalia is one I could work on, which is also a whole different, like, those women look even way different from Ethiopian women, but they also don't really look like Black American women or Trinidadian or Jamaican women. They kind of look different. Like, everybody looks hella different, and y'all keep clustering everybody's, like, black women. Or even biracials. Like, the American biracials are a very particular group. If you want to know what American biracials look like, maybe look at, like, Bad Baby or, like, maybe Sweetie. Sweetie would be a good one. Or, like, I'm trying to think of some, okay, Koi Leray. Her. That is a American biracial. But if you see, I made this Habesha series, none of those girls look like Koi Leray. None of them are even, the culture is different, the language is different, the ethnicity is different, the food is different. Like, those girls are on two different planets. Like, nothing is similar. I don't think there's any Habesha girls who are listening to Coi Leray or even relate to her in any way. I don't think so, but if you find one, let me know. I'd love to see that example. I'm not seeing it. And even to be clear, like, we should also put, like, the normal Black American girl that's just like a Black American girl is a Summer Walker. Summer Walker is a really good, like, example of the current, whatever Black America is in its current state. Summer Walker is a really good example of what that is. Summer Walker. She is not biracial. Like, she has a lot of urban things going on. Summer Walker is a great example. Ruth B and Summer Walker have like a continent between them. So they're not really similar. Maybe they're similar in skin complexion, but anyway, this was actually supposed to be a video about my suicidal tendencies. Because today they crept forward. Like, I literally broke down in the middle of my shift, and I thought, today's the day that I'm going to die. Today's the day that I am going to die. Today's the day. I've decided, because I've had enough. I've hit the limit. Like, I don't want to anymore. You know? Like, I don't want to any of it. Like, I don't want to participate. I don't want to play into. I don't want to pretend. I don't want to abstract. I don't want to forget. I don't want to remember. I don't want to continue. That is what I felt today. There's so many days where if I manage to get out of the bed and I want to, like, maybe I'll try to film a video this weekend about what this looks like, because it's actually really difficult. Like, for me to go outside and walk to the grocery store, it takes this Shrek life, like, strength. Like, I have to get up and I have to put on a face. And I have to play the Sia Unstoppable. So I have to be fucking unstoppable to make it to the grocery store. Like, I have to play the song just to get me there. Like, I'm not trying to talk to anyone. I'm not trying to, like, befriend anyone. I'm not trying to meet anyone new. I'm not trying to initiate any conversations. I'm just trying to make it to the fucking grocery store and make it back to my apartment. Even to do that, I have to play the Sia Unstoppable song just to get there. Like, for me, that's how much it requires. I don't think other people understand, like what that means. Because they can make it to the grocery store. And it's not a big deal for them. And it's fun for them. And they can go there. And they can come back. But for me, I need a theme song. I need a song to help me remember that I'm strong enough to walk to the grocery store and make it back. I'm sorry, but I think that's fucking pathetic. It's the grocery store. It's like 4 blocks away. It's 4 fucking blocks, okay? But without the song, I won't make it. I don't think I'll be able to go. And there have been many days when I don't go, and there's no food in this apartment, so I just won't eat anything. Or if there happen to be some leftovers that I can manage to, warm back to being humanly edible, then I could try to figure that out. But for the most part, that isn't the case, and I just barely make it to the grocery store and barely make it back. And that is what happened. And I honestly feel that that's pathetic. But today I cried. And today I just remembered why I don't think that this country is for me. I don't think that this society is for me. I don't really feel like there's some new place specifically that I've identified that I'm like, this is the place that I belong. But I know that it isn't here. Because, like, I can't handle the amount of controversy that has come my way. And I feel like it's come my way simply because of the fact that I have opinions and feelings in response to things that have happened to me. Like, I can't, like, have something happen to me and then just be like, oh yeah, it's fine, I'm just gonna blow it off, I'm gonna pretend like it didn't happen. Like, I can't do that. I can't do that. I can't do that. Other people can do that. I can't do that. I'm sorry. Like, I am human, I'm female, I'm homosexual, whatever that means to you and whatever that means to me. Like, I live my life in those ways. So then, when shit happens and things fall into place like that, I just react according to, like, my nature. And I'm not trying to, like, pretend like it's something else. And I feel like at every state, I've been, like, demonized for that. And then also, there have been a lot of people who preyed on me for that. And it's just felt very, like, all of it, in summation, it's toxic. It's all toxic. And, like, I don't want it to be toxic anymore. I want it to be non-toxic. I want to feel safe. I want to feel safe going out and, like, doing shit. And the funny thing is, I don't do that much shit. So I'm gonna end this. I don't know.